Hello everybody, this is your damsel once again, Andy Deolu. Love you guys. I quickly want to react to something, talk to us, advise us, everybody out there. Let's always try to learn. Andy Deolu Media Foundation is for a lot of things that could encourage human living. It can encourage, it continue to empower your world. Advices, that is what we want to talk about. Advices. First and foremost, who are advices? Advices are like helpers. They are ones who offer us shoulders whenever there is a threat of weird occurrence, or whenever situation is in mess. Or advisor could be in perspective, that in case of incasity, they are always there around us. We have different kind of advisors. That is, there are advisors and there are advisors. But I welcome everybody on board. Lovers, haters, I welcome you. Everybody out there, you are welcome on my platform. I put to us that advisors, come what may, especially openly and publicly, should always be encouraged. Advisors, anybody that is an advisor or has advised us in one situation or the other. It might be partially, it might be indeed. Let's encourage all advisors, come what may. It's for our own safety. Never come openly and make reference negatively over anyone that has advised you before. Please, it's for our own safety. Yes, there are different kind of advisors. I've experienced different kind of advisors. A lot of wolves disguise are under disguise that you will never know they are wolf. A lot of vampires, monsters, a lot of praise. Do you understand? They were under disguise that you will think they were lover ones who are there to offer you shoulders. But at the end of the day, even some advice in your heart will not last. Under few minutes, you will have realized that this is an advice of doom. But come what may, because most advisors, not all are mean. They are advising you according to their own capacity, according to their best of knowledge. Not that they are mean, not that they are mean to come and mess up the situation. Encourage advices for your own safety. If you don't, especially publicly, if you don't mind what you say about those who advise you, you might lose a lot of great people, a lot of important people. You can create wrong impression into others' mind. People might not want to come around you. I was referring to your update about rounding up in the year going to an end. You came on the year not only to advise your loved ones, everybody out there, with your motivational speech. You came up to advise them, and you made yourself as an instances when you lost your son. May you so rest in peace. We thank God for your life. We are so impressed by your life. We thank God for your faith. We thank God for your spiritual raise. You are awesome, man. But I understand your plight about advisors, and I understand your wonderful, powerful, efficient message to people out there is a powerful one. You are one of its kind when you talk to motivational speakers. But we should take care. Mind the way we reference advisors publicly. A lot of advisors meant no harm. That is the level of their maturity. That is the level of their capacity. Yes, we have a lot of advice that there are advice that is at the end of the day we realize that it is advice of doom. If somebody like our dearest beloved actress Eniola Badmus could demand for a better recognition from Omotola, despite that she's not, do you understand? Despite that she's not feeding Omotola, Omotola is not she's not Omotola's advisor. But she knew that she deserved a better recognition. Not to talk of those who have been there offering us their shoulders when the going gets tough. A lot of people come around us and advise us. Not all of them are vampires. Not all of them are mean. And if some people cannot back up their advice materially, financially, does not mean they are worthless advisors. Are you getting me, everybody out there? We need to take care. Your advisors, I don't want to care the kind of advisors the person might be, publicly must be appreciated if situation warranted. If situation warranted, let's appreciate advisors, even though we might have a better understanding in our heart that this kind of advisor, no, I don't need any more advice. I will not buy it. There are some advice that we later regret, and there are some advice that we have not carried it out, but we knew better that this is a wrong advice. But please, all advisors should be encouraged. I also advised my former boss, FEG Magazine, when I was with him, because when he started the magazine, he made a mistake. He didn't know that he could do better. He was into partnership with a lady. So along the line, even if you are into partnership with anybody that matters in the society, you people can still have issues. That is the one of the criteria of business. So when the lady begins to be a threat, and I was there, I know how hardworking FEG Magazine was. That is, do you understand? That his co-partner has not done much in the management. I told my boss, I hope your lawyer is intact. I hope your solicitor is intact. It's an advice. Even though he didn't later carry the advice. But thank God that he appreciated me a lot. He didn't later carry the advice because he has seen the lady who he was in partnership with as a family. But they eventually split. They splitted. Do you understand? For good. But they don't have to take it into the law enforcement. But he always appreciate me that a lot of our events, I was in charge managing it. Even when we launched the magazine, I'm the one that managed the event. He knows that I'm very intelligent. So let's appreciate advisors. Your advisors are watching you, ma. Watching you, nailing them. How do you expect them to feel? Even me, I feel for them. Because I know that any one of us could be an advisor in one situation or the other. Either positive advisor or negative. Not all advisors are mean. That is why we need to be careful. And to gain more people around us, we must mind the way we reference people publicly. Because it will put a lot of wrong impression in others who are willing to get along, who can't wait to meet you. A lot of people will be afraid to advise you, to put their nose, to peep their nose into your issue. And you might need that person. Please, all advisors should be appreciated, come what may. It is only in our heart that we might have a better understanding. Everybody out there, and the Olu Media channel welcome you aboard and keep lamenting. We need to watch it. Advisors are helpers. I don't care in any form advisor might have come into our situation, into our life. Advisors are helpers. It's not easy to have somebody to offer you shoulder. Yes, we have different kind of advice. We have advice of doom. Don't get me wrong. But we have to be wise in dealing with advisors, especially when dictated that this is a wrong advisor. This is an uncallful advisor. But publicly, let's elevate advisors. They were there. They were there for us. I understand what your plight, but you don't have involved them like that. They are watching, and a lot of people who didn't even come around will be like, you see, at the end of the day. And more other people will even be scared to come over to you. And that is why a lot of people mind their business these days. I'm among. Yes. My help might not be needed most times, but that does not mean that person should not be appreciated, even if their help or their advice at the end of the day we discover that is needed. Thank thank God you did not take the step, that you knew better, that you don't need to sue anybody about your late son. Thank God you knew better. But still, not that those who are advise you assess, they have not said anything wrong. Even though they might not have the money to support you or anything, they have not done anything wrong. That is in their own way. I can also say the same thing to you, that no, we shouldn't let it go like that. We should sue the management of the hospital and all that. It's a normal thing. Let's learn to encourage advisors. It's not easy to be there for somebody to say, hey, you, what are you doing about this? Can we try this? Can we try that? Come what may. Yes, I understand your plight, but come what may. Let's mind how we reference, how we talk about people who are there for us at that situation that we needed them, that God has placed them to be there for us. Let's mind the way we talk about them publicly. Let's mind, let's watch it. Thank you guys, thank you. And the Olu Media channel, welcome once again. I remain yours. I gotta go. I love you guys. Respect. Thank you.